let's talk about how to do video analysis with Logger Pro. The link that you get to download Logger Pro will take you to this page at sendspace.com. All of these big download buttons are just decoys. The real thing that you click to download it is click here to start download from SendSpace. These ads are what you have to put up with when you have a service that provides free storage for large files on the internet. But you can download it from this link here. Then the next thing that you'll need to do after you install it is to update to the latest version of Logger Pro. Update Logger Pro in Google takes us to vernier.com/support/updates/Logger Pro. You can download these update patch install files and install it on your machine. So let's go to Logger Pro. Logger Pro. Okay, to do video analysis, we're going to go to Insert, Movie, and the location of this movie, which I just took on my iPhone, is there on my hard drive. So I open it up. It's an MOV file. It needs to be on your computer. And so I can ask Logger Pro to play the video. This is a very handsome gentleman dropping a golf ball. And so I can adjust it to move frame by frame. I can advance them one at a time by clicking this. So I'm just going to get to the frame right before the drop. There. Okay, I'm going to go to Enable Video Analysis, and it gives me these extra options. First thing I want to do is to set an origin there, and that yellow button is to tilt the origin a little bit, which I will do because I think my camera was a little bit tilted. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is set a scale with the Set Scale button. I happen to know that I dropped it a distance of exactly 1 meter. 1 meter. Okay, so now Logger Pro knows what a meter looks like. Alright, so I'm going to select Add Point there, and I'm going to be like, in this frame, the golf ball is right there, at that point. Then in the next frame, it is a little bit lower. You may not be able to see the location of the golf ball on your computer as easily as I can see it on mine because of compression for upload to YouTube and such. But, where are you, golf ball? Now it is there, and now it's there. Okay, so we got these points. And these points behind the blue, I guess, is the Y position of the golf ball with time. The red is the X position. And as always in Logger Pro, I can be like, yeah, I only want you to show me the Ys. Over here in this data table, it shows me more data that I'm really interested in. It shows me time and the vertical and horizontal positions and the Y position. What I can do if I want to, that's the one I was using before, is go to Excel and I can paste it in. I can do analysis in Excel, or I can do it right in Logger Pro. So there's time in seconds. I don't need this column, which was the X position. Here, these are the velocities, but here's Y in meters. So I could draw something in Excel. I could ask if I see the effective air resistance or not. I could talk about whether it seems to be reaching a terminal velocity, any number of things that I could do. Now, one last wrinkle is, what if you panned the camera? See there that the video is hiding behind my graph there in Logger Pro. If you pan the camera, then what you want to do is tell the program, and really Logger Pro can't even really handle camera panning, but we can figure out a way to deal with it by marking a different set of points, saying the location of the drop. So if I had panned the camera, then this location would change frame to frame. Or maybe there's a part of the building in your egg drop project that stays in every frame, and you can say where in the frame that particular piece of the building was. So I'm going to go back to here, to right where these points start, and I'm going to say, okay, so rather than adding more points of where the golf ball was, I'm going to add another point series, and that point series is going to describe the location of my fixed point in the frame. Okay, so that now I'm seeing x2 and y2. And so I'm adding points in the point series x2, y2. And so maybe the point that is fixed in the video of your egg drop is the top of or maybe the bottom of a window. And the bottom of a window is here in one frame. And then in the next frame, that window has moved up a little bit. And then in the next frame, that window has moved up a little bit. So, with respect to the frame, this is the position of the golf ball, the blue dots. With respect to reality, here's the position of the frame, the brown dots there. And so I could again go to this data table and say, oh, I know the position of this constant location. This is the amount that the origin has shifted position in each frame. And so you could take these y2 values and add them to these y values, or add their absolute values, to figure out the true amount that the object has fallen if you are moving your camera. So that's again something that you could do in Excel fairly easily. Alright, I think that is more or less all that I have to say. What I'd like to collect from you is your Logger Pro file, and if you are doing an Excel analysis as well, which I think you are because your camera will probably pan, I'd like your Excel file as well, your graphs, and an explanation of all the things that happened.